Fighting me with the moonlight. I should Sailor Mercury. Just the stretching they have to do.
Uh-huh.
Hello, and welcome to Late to School, a Sailor Moon watchcast. I'm Lorena.
And I'm Zach.
And, before we get into today's shows, today's episodes, I realized that Zach had never listened to the Deke dub, opening, because it's different from the one in the Viz dub that we're watching.
Mm-hmm. I had heard about it. I knew about the,
You knew about Fighting Evil by Moonlight.
and Finding Love by Daylight.
Uh-huh.
Partially because of the work-in-progress Blades in the Dark hack tabletop RPG Girl by Moonlight, which is about magical girls.
Yes. So, yeah, what'd you think about it? It seemed like you had some thoughts.
It was about... I guess it was what I expected, mostly.
Okay.
Did it... So, they specifically mention... It's actually very different. I thought it was going to be just the same song, but with different lyrics.
No.
But it is, it's a modification of the song.
Yeah, pretty much.
It
doesn't mention the miracle romance at all.
No. Did it always mention Sailor Venus and Sailor Jupiter?
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely.
Because we're 17 episodes in
and
now.
We have not met them yet.
We have not met them yet.
We will not meet them for a couple more episodes of this podcast.
A couple episodes of this podcast, not even of the show.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. There was a white cat in the intro as well that I noted.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. Several times Usagi has the fucking Luna's moon mark on her forehead.
Yeah.
Which is something that has not showed up in the show yet.
Oh, yeah, that's not... Don't worry about that.
Okay. I can't tell if you're misleading me or if that is actually a thing or if it's just a thing they did for visual effect in the opening.
Who could say?
But the song is okay. It's very 90s.
My only problem with it is, and I'm sure the girls that got to sing that song are very talented.
Uh-huh.
They sound like infants.
Yeah,
they sound like babies.
Yeah.
And I get that it's a show for children.
Yeah.
But they sound like babies.
Can we consider... the more I watched that, the more I just wanted it to be everybody's favorite anime opening, which is the Teen Titans opening. The more I just wanted it to be Puffy Amiyumi singing it. I feel like that would be very good.
Yeah,
if they did a cover of that.
Sure. But anyway, on to present matters.
Yeah, the actual the real version of the show, not the fake English version.
Right.
The real English version.
The real English version that we are watching
of the Japanese show.
Today we're going to be discussing episodes 16 and 17. Starting with episode 16, obviously, which is A Girl's Dream. Usagi becomes a bride.
Mm-hmm. This is a misleading title, I will say that.
Yes. This episode was directed by Kazuhisa Takenouchi, and it was written by Megumi Sugihara, who I don't know that we've seen before.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
It's a new name.
Yeah. Notable, I think, that it is written by a woman. Just a thing to keep in mind.
Right.
It first aired June 27th, 1992 in Japan, and September 27th, 1995 in English, which is a fun coincidence.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well,
I wrote down the opening speech again,
okay, good.
Which is very different from the speech in the episode for this one. Yeah.
Okay.
The speech in the episode... no spoilers.
Okay.
The starting one for this episode is unforgivable, unforgivable, unforgivable. You know what's so unforgivable?
I don't.
Desecrating a lovely white wedding dress, the eternal dream of every young girl. I will not let you get away with this.
Yep.
And that's what the episode is about, kind of. It actually isn't but I'll get to that.
Yeah, not really.
There's a thing of...
Okay.
What?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
So the episode opens with a very relatable image, which is a class being taught, and just all the kids are falling asleep.
Yes.
They're not into what they're learning right now at all.
Usagi is fast asleep. In particular. I
think Naru might be the only one in the class paying any attention, it seems like.
This is a new class, actually.
Well, it's a new teacher.
Right, a new teacher we haven't seen before.
Right, because in Japan, students have, or at least in middle school and high school, they have their class, and the teachers rotate in and out of the same room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right, I wasn't saying a new class, right? This home ec class. This is I don't actually know what Miss Haru teaches now that I think about it.
Yeah, it's unclear.
And the teacher is Miss Akiyama, which the audience will remember as the cute glasses girl I mentioned in the next time on last time. She's not a girl, she's a woman.
Yes.
And she's a teacher, and she's got blue hair.
I think they say she's like 35 at some point.
Yeah. And she's got glasses. And she's just she herself is bored with the subject matter that she's teaching. Yeah,
she finishes teaching the kids how to do some part of sewing a wedding dress.
Yeah, it's some part of sewing.
And then just sort of wanders over to the window and stares out of it wistfully.
Yes. Again, a thing that a lot of... we've talked about how people chide and berate a lot on this show. Doing things wistfully is also a thing that a lot of people on this show do.
Yeah.
And then we see after class, Usagi and Naru are talking, and Naru is commenting, I believe, on how Miss Akiyama was acting weird during class, and Usagi was like, "Tell me about it, that class is so boring." Which is not what she said.
No.
Usagi. And then fucking Melvin.
Fucking gremlin.
The Melvin child, the gremlin child, pops up with an explanation, as he is wont to do.
Yeah.
And the girls yell at him, "Why are you always popping up and scaring us like that?"
Yeah.
Which is fair, because just being in Melvin's presence is worrisome. He has a book.
He has a book. I'm not sure what this book is.
Yeah, he has what I feel like could accurately be, described as a little black book.
Yeah.
That he reads through.
Yeah.
About his female teacher, Miss Akiyama, and it says that she is probably distracted from her engagement.
Well, she's distracted by her engagement.
By her engagement, yes. You know what I meant.
I just wanted to be clear.
Okay. She's distracted by her engagement.
Do you want to redo that so that you don't have me correcting you in the podcast?
No.
Okay.
I want other people to be mad at you for me.
Okay.
She's distracted by her engagement. Because she's just been recently engaged. We actually see the engagement.
Well, yeah, we see the proposal.
We see the proposal. That we get a weird flashback to events that nobody in this conversation knew about.
Yeah, we find out later none of these characters, or at least Usagi and Naru, are not aware of the events that happen in this flashback.
No.
Or at least the parties involved.
Yeah. We see Miss Akiyama's fiance, who is a self-described short, uninteresting businessman, who says he doesn't deserve Miss Akiyama. He doesn't. I forget her first name.
Yeah, me too.
He calls her by her first name. I think it's Higuri or something like that.
Okay.
But says he doesn't deserve her. He can't even afford to give her the reception she deserves.
Yeah.
But is offering her. I think he offers her. Is he offering her a bouquet here, or
I believe it is a ring? I think it's a bouquet.
Okay, that's not how that usually goes.
I don't know.
Maybe it's a Japanese custom.
I'm not sure.
But he asks her to marry him, and she says yes. We never get a name for this guy.
No, we don't.
We never learn his name. It's unfortunate. And
Melvin goes on to describe how Miss Akiyama is so old and unmarried, and how...
Because he's a dick.
Because he's an asshole, and she's desperate to get married.
Yes, he also mentions that, like, not sure how he knows this.
Yeah.
But it is a lifelong dream of Miss Akiyama's to sew her own wedding dress for her wedding.
Yeah.
And then, I can't remember, I guess Melvin does describe him being short and uninteresting or something.
No, I don't think so.
Because, like, Usagi then comments that she just wants someone handsome.
Yeah, I think she might just do that unprompted.
Maybe she does, yeah. She does say the line, "I believe in impossibly high standards," which is a good line. And then Melvin says, "Oh, she wants someone handsome, I'm doomed!"
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is the most self-aware thing Melvin's ever said.
Yeah,
we see Miss Akiyama.
Yeah.
Looking wistfully. At White... This is a cut, by the way. This is a different scene.
Yes.
She's, like, walking down, like, the shopping area district or whatever, and is, like, looking at fabric stores.
Yes.
Craft stores, looking at white fabric, wistfully. Mm-hmm. And she is approached by a woman.
Yeah.
A new character.
Apparently
a new character. She identifies as Miss Sakurada.
Who looks exactly like Miss Haruna.
Yes. And has not a major presence in the episode, but, like, a presence.
A presence.
Has multiple lines and, like, character.
Character
that matches Miss Haruna.
Can you do me a favor? Can you look up Miss Haruna and make sure that her Haruna isn't, like, her first name somehow?
Sure. Let me Google Haruna Sailor Moon. That's her full name, right? It's like Sans Undertale?
Yeah,
Okay, no, yeah, I was wrong. Haruna Sakurada is her name.
Why do all the students call her Miss Haruna?
I don't know. That's not typically how that goes.
Okay, here's the thing. I've watched a few anime where, like, the kids will become friends with one of their teachers. Like, often in club anime, the students will become friends with their club representative.
Right.
And then they'll call them by their first name. Mm-hmm. It's funny because it's often, like, last name Chan Sensei, which is very cute. But weird that they would call her Haruna.
Yeah. I got very confused because, again, also just, like, it's a lady with long brown hair. It could have been anyone. It could have totally been a new character.
Obviously she is. She is voiced by the same person as Miss Haruna.
And because she is her.
Because she is her, okay.
I didn't catch that. So you caught me.
Okay. Well, Miss Haruna appears.
Yes. But Miss Akiyama calls her Miss Sakurada.
Yeah, we don't have to keep saying it. They talk about the fabric.
Yes. They talk about the wedding, the upcoming wedding, specifically the reception. Miss Haruna is very excited
for the reception. To find a man.
Yes. Specifically for that reason. And Miss Akiyama is just like, okay. And we see Nephrite.
Yeah.
In his Akio car.
Yes.
Watching
just
them.
Sort of watching them.
And then we cut to him driving, or we see the car parked in front of the haunted mansion.
Right, yes.
In the wood mountains.
And he views the star
He reads
Vega.
The stars. Yeah, he sees Vega. I did write this one down.
Okay.
I started writing the I think I didn't actually for the second episode.
I know what the second one is.
Okay, I did write it for this one. Vega in the Lyra constellation. Its tears fill the heavens. It floats alone, unable to traverse the universe.
Sure.
That all just sounds incorrect. Except maybe Vega in the Lyra constellation.
Yeah, maybe.
I believe that.
I would believe that part.
I don't know it for certain, but I don't know enough about stars to dispute it.
I know Vega, I just don't know where it is.
But stars don't cry. First of all.
Okay, well, yes, that is true.
It floats alone, like most stars, unable to traverse the universe, but it can. It does. That's what stars do.
Let's just put 3 more points on the CinemaSins counter.
Listen. Fuck you.
I'm listening.
No, you're clearly not. If you would compare me like that.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you? Don't like that. Fucking listen. All I'm saying is, like Akio, Nephrite doesn't actually know shit about stars.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Anyway, the stars show him Miss Akiyama.
The stars show all and the stars know all.
Yes. See all and know all.
Right.
You fucking
Alright,
Philistine.
fine. Whatever.
We cut to Usagi walking home, I guess.
Yeah.
And she passes by a wedding. Like, there's a wedding chapel.
Yes.
There's a Christian wedding chapel.
Those exist in Japan.
They do?
Christianity is, like, because of imperialism,
really?
Pretty popular in Japan, yes.
That's interesting to me, because, like, Japan's never been, like, conquered by
It hasn't
England
been
or anything, right?
conquered by England, but imperialism takes many forms.
Right.
Trade is a big one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because, yeah, it has, I just noticed it had, like, a cross on the steeple.
Yes, it is a Christian wedding.
And Usagi gets jealous.
Mm-hmm.
She sees the bride and says she's really pretty, which, just gonna leave that.
She then starts daydreaming about her own wedding.
Yes.
With...
Or well, no, she sees some guys putting up a sign.
Right, yeah.
Which is for a wedding dress sewing contest.
Yes.
You know, that thing that exists.
Listen, lots of contests happen in the world.
I guess you're not wrong.
And given the prize they're giving away, it makes sense, I guess.
I guess so. Yeah, they're giving away an all expense paid, lavish wedding reception.
Can I say something about this? This was changed in the Deke dub.
Oh?
To a Hawaiian vacation.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm unsure why.
That changes everything and yet nothing.
Yeah. Also, like, what is the problem?
Yeah, what's the
issue with Usagi wanting to win a wedding?
It is about wedding stuff the whole episode.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like they censored the concept of weddings.
No.
If they did, they would have just chopped this entire episode out.
Yeah, and they didn't.
Anyway,
Usagi is interested in the contest and wants to win.
Yes. Then she fantasizes about her own
wedding.
She has a pretty pinkish white dress with like a big bow and stuff, I think. And she is getting married to Tuxedo Mask.
And also Motoki.
Yes. Which, she's not just bi, she's also polyamor.
Yeah. Usagi has two hands.
Poly.
Yeah?
I fucked that up.
What were you trying to say?
I was trying to say polyamorous, but I tripped over myself.
Okay.
I'm not going to redo it, because I'm not a professional.
Okay.
Anyway, she snaps out of her reverie.
Yeah.
When she realizes that she's hopeless at sewing.
Yes. We see Rei walking by.
Yes.
And she sees the sign for the contest.
Yes. And because she is as equally fucking romance thirsty as Usagi, she is immediately very excited as well.
Mm-hmm. She approaches the contest guy.
Yeah, the contestman.
And he's like very hurriedly and aggressively asking him questions about the contest.
She is the hot-headed psychic.
Yeah, she is the hot-headed psychic. Do you remember what specific question she asked, or does it matter?
It was something about, like, but what if you don't have anyone, I mean, what if you and your fiancé haven't settled on a date yet? And the guy tells her, don't worry, we'll do it whenever, which is weird for a contest to...
I guess it's just like a brochure, it's like a coupon.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, you just get a free pass.
Yeah.
For one free.
I'm sure it has an expiration date that he's not telling her about.
Yeah,
but,
probably.
You know,
advertising.
Yeah.
Marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Capitalism.
Yep.
Usagi sort of confronts Rei.
Yeah.
About this.
Yes.
And is like, hey, are you thinking of doing the contest too? And Rei is like, what? No. No, shut up. And then is like, hey, wait, your mom is a housewife, right?
Yeah.
And Usagi's like, yeah, what's that got to do with anything? And then Rei laughs, just giggles, creepily almost. And then just starts shoving Usagi in the direction of Usagi's house, I guess. And Usagi, despite Usagi's protests.
Right. And we cut to...
Actually, before we cut, we do also see, as they're leaving, we see Miss Akiyama.
Right,
who
yes.
Also sees the sign and is like, oh, hey.
Yeah,
She has the most sort of reserved reaction to this.
Yes.
But she is also excited because, hey, she A, can't afford a good reception. And B...
wants to sew a wedding dress.
Yes.
So we cut to at Usagi's home.
Yes.
Rei, Usagi, and Usagi's mom are having, like, tea time.
Rei and Usagi's mom are sort of doing the polite meeting your friend's family type conversation thing. Although I did write down that Usagi's mom at one point does say, I never expected Usagi to be friends with a girl as lovely as you are.
Yep.
Which I feel like Usagi's mom knows.
Usagi's mom knows, I think.
I think she thinks that Rei and Usagi are dating.
Yeah,
They aren't.
They aren't.
Because they hate each other.
Yeah.
But...
well, they're rivals. They don't hate each other.
Don't
step on my ship.
Listen, they have so few scenes where they're getting along.
That's fair. But... Usagi's mom just sort of starts, like, fawning over Rei.
Yeah.
She feeds Rei a piece of cake that was for Usagi at one point.
And Usagi is very upset.
And her mom just yells at her.
She just yells, Usagi! And then immediately goes back to talking politely to Rei. Rei says she's such a good cook. She's such a good cook, and so she must be good at other things. Yes.
Like sewing.
Also, first of all, Usagi does point out to her mom, hey, you're fucking lying. That's not... you didn't cook that. You bought it from the bakery.
Yes.
And her mom tells her to shush.
Uh-huh.
But when Rei says that she must be good at sewing, both Usagi's mom and Usagi start laughing.
Uh-huh.
And Rei is just like, what's going on?
And then we just immediately cut to Rei leaving.
Yes, with a very gruff, thanks for having me.
Uh-huh. And she yells at Usagi for not telling her that her mom can't sew.
Yes, and this is the point at which Usagi realizes that Rei just was trying to get Usagi's mom to teach her how to sew so she could sew a dress for the contest.
Yes.
And Usagi says that and points it out, and Rei does the thing where she pulls her eyelid down and sticks her tongue out. I don't know what that's called.
Yeah, me neither.
But it's that. It's, it's the face.
Luna gets mad at both of them.
Yes.
And is like, you should be training. You should be worrying about the Dark Kingdom. And they're both just... They both just leave.
Yeah, they're both gone. And then we cut to Usagi talking to Ami.
Usagi has just made herself at home in Ami's bedroom.
Yes, she's clutching one of Ami's stuffed animals, I believe.
Which is a rabbit.
I feel like there's symbolism there, but...
I mean, it's the fact that her name is Bunny.
I mean, yes. But, it's a stuffed toy that Ami has.
I guess. That's true. Ami does have a stuffed rabbit. That's interesting.
Usagi tells Ami about the wedding dress thing and is trying to get some friendly, validation, essentially. Like, is trying to get Ami as mad as she is at Rei. And Ami's like, I don't really get it. I mean, like, I don't plan on getting married anytime soon.
Yes.
Again, Arrow Ace icon.
Yeah. Usagi is scandalized by the idea that Ami would not want to get married.
Yes. And notably, I think she says, like, that's not the point. Like, the point is getting to wear a pretty dress. And Usagi says that Ami is good at home economics, so could she teach Usagi how to sew?
And Ami agrees.
Yes.
And produces, like, 10 volumes of teaching books.
Teaching books, yes. Textbooks, I believe those are called.
Yeah, listen.
If you can fucking...
Sewing textbooks.
We could just snipe each other this whole podcast.
I would rather not.
And yeah, Ami says, first you're gonna learn the basics, and once you have them down, only then will we start actually sewing. And Usagi's just like, oh, come on, Ami. Work. No. That's not how Usagi does.
No.
And then we cut to a store.
Yes.
That I did note, we see the storefront of this store.
Uh-huh.
And I did note that this store is just called Cloth.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's just called Cloth.
Are there any Japanese characters in front of the cloth?
Nope.
It's just called Cloth?
It's just called Cloth.
Okay.
It's just called Cloth in English in Latin letters.
Well, a bunch of women are fighting over fabric in this store.
Yes, including Miss Harna.
Yeah.
Is there. Because I guess the implication is they've all heard about the contest and want to enter.
And Miss Akiyama is just kind of quietly in a corner, avoiding the fight.
Yes.
Looking at fabrics.
And she finds a really good fabric.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's really good.
She says it is.
Yes, it's a cartoon, so we have to kind of take her word for it. It's just a white sheet.
Mm-hmm.
And we see Nephrite.
Yeah, Nephrite appears.
And says that says it's a beautiful fabric.
Mm-hmm.
And, holds it up to the light.
And drapes it around his shoulders.
Yes, drapes it around his shoulders while talking about imagining Akiyama wearing this as a wedding dress.
Uh-huh.
And twinkling as bright as the stars. And just, again, star thing.
Nephrite uses this opportunity to place his evil crest on the fabric.
Uh-huh. He doesn't, say words this time.
No, he doesn't.
He just kind of gestures at the fabric, and then the crest appears. And then he gives it back to her, and he wishes her well.
Yeah.
And he fucks off.
Yeah.
And then we get a commercial break, as Miss Akiyama is sort of staring at this bit of fabric she now has. The perfect fabric for her wedding dress.
Yeah.
And when we get back from the commercial break, we see Naru and Usagi, who are talking about, they're walking along, they're talking about, Usagi is complaining about Ami trying to get her to do schoolwork, to do a dress, because she doesn't know how sewing works.
Right.
And they're going to Miss Akiyama's place.
Yeah.
To
ask her for advice.
Yes. So to see if Usagi can learn from her how to sew a dress.
Yeah.
Which Naru does not trust she will be able to do.
Yeah.
She assumes that she'll just give up halfway through. Which Usagi resents. Saying, a woman's faith can split mountains. And Naru says, who says that? And Usagi says, maybe I said it wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know what she was supposed to be quoting there.
I'm not sure.
But, we see Luna also is following them.
Yes.
They Usagi doesn't know Luna's following them, but she is.
Okay.
And they get to sort of an apartment building, I guess?
Yeah. It's kind of like, it looks like a motel, like an American-style motel, but I'm pretty sure it's an apartment.
Yeah, it is where Miss Akiyama lives.
Right.
And they see a short...
uninteresting businessman.
Yes.
Carrying a bouquet of flowers.
Yes. Who they immediately make fun of.
Yeah.
Like dicks.
Yeah. They're very mean to this man.
Naru laughs, but laughs at a joke Usagi makes. But says that they shouldn't say that.
Yeah.
But they see that he's walking up to Miss Akiyama's door. And they realize this is Miss Akiyama's fiancé.
Yeah.
And he knocks on the door.
He says that she hasn't been... He's worried about her.
Yes.
Because she hasn't been returning his phone calls. And he asks if he did something wrong. And the door opens...
slams
outwards?
Open. He slams open outward.
I've never seen a door like this that opens outwards.
Yeah, to a residence.
Yeah.
That opens outwards.
And it just slams him in the face, knocking him back. He, collapses.
Which is why you don't do that.
Yeah. He collapses against, the railing on the balcony. And we see Miss Akiyama, who has just entered into a punk phase.
Yes.
She has, dark purple lipstick.
She's wearing, purple shorts, I think.
She's wearing, a crop top with one of those tops you tie.
Yeah, it's a shirt that she's, tied, a green shirt that she's, tied around her. Her glasses are gone.
And,
her
her hair is just wild.
Yeah, it's out of the bun it was in earlier, and now it's just messy. And she fucking knocks the bouquet out of his hands and is like, what the hell is this? And yells at him not to bother her until the contest is done.
Yeah.
Or else she'll call off the engagement.
Yeah.
And then starts to, then she starts to have, dress withdrawals.
Yeah, she starts just shivering.
Shivering and saying, my dress, I have to get back to sewing my dress. And then slams the door and goes back inside. Mm-hmm. And Naru and Usagi see this and are like, hey, what the fuck?
Hey, what happened?
Well, Naru is like, hey, what the fuck? But Usagi is like, no, she's in the contest too. She's gonna be such tough competition.
Yeah, and thus she won't help Usagi.
Yes. And Luna internal monologues about how, she's getting a weird vibe off of Miss Akiyama.
Yeah.
And then we actually cut inside Miss Akiyama's house.
Yeah, and we see her working on the dress at a sewing machine.
Yes, and we see the Nephrite mark appearing on it. And we didn't really need this scene, I feel like. It's very brief, but...
weird, I guess.
We kind of know what's going on. Mm-hmm. But, and then we see Luna and Ami at the shrine. Luna is explaining the situation to Ami. Yeah. Explaining what she saw and, hey, I think there's a fucking monster going, doing stuff with Miss Akiyama. And Ami's like, yeah, she hasn't been to school in a few days. And then there's this fucking scene.
Are you not a fan of this scene?
I'm not a fan of this scene.
Okay.
Are you a fan of this scene?
It's pretty funny.
You describe it then.
Okay.
Because I was fully willing to just skip over it, honestly. Just, describe it in brief and then move on.
Well, we see Rei being chased by her grandpa. Mm-hmm. Rei has, a wedding kimono over top of her Shrine Maiden uniform. Mm-hmm. And her grandpa is yelling at her for stealing his one wedding kimono.
That he has to rent.
That he has to rent out to people who want to have weddings at the shrine. And they bump into Ami. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, I don't know. And
then Gramps is a creep.
Gramps is a creep. This part does suck.
Yeah.
I just like that Rei is so... she's stealing a wedding... She doesn't explain why she needs it, because she says that she's not going to wear it to the contest. Is she just going to, cannibalize it into a Christian-style wedding dress?
Maybe? Yeah, the Rei part of this is good.
Yeah.
I just hate Rei's grandpa.
That's fair. He kind of sucks.
Again, just male characters.
Yeah.
And then we see some sneaky feet.
Oh god. Okay, yeah, we do see some sneaky feet.
This is a very good scene.
Yes.
We see some sneaking, tiptoeing feets. Tiptoeing across the floor that we pan up and learn are the feet of Usagi, who is wearing I don't know what she's wearing on her head. It's some piece of fabric.
Yeah, it's like
she's tied around her face.
Yeah, it's like a headscarf of some kind.
Yeah, but she's tied it, around her face.
Around her nose.
And internally monologues, I am the pretty cat burglar, Usagi the kid. And then goes, ya-ta-ta-ta-ta, as she sneaks forward throughout her own house, in her mom's room, and finds her curtains.
Yes.
And is going to take them down to cannibalize them into a Christian-style wedding dress.
Yes.
But her mom catches her.
Yeah. And is very mad at Usagi.
Yes.
For thinking about stealing her favorite curtains.
Yes. And Usagi says it's just because she spent her allowance, so she can't buy, fabric.
Right, yeah.
And her mom says, okay, you can use the curtains, but you'll have to not have an allowance for 3 months as we save up to buy new curtains.
Yeah.
And that is a deal breaker for Usagi. Mm-hmm. And then there's a cut.
Yes.
To another scene in Miss Akiyama's house.
Yeah.
Her apartment. In which she is spinning around and laughing, holding her completed wedding dress.
Yes.
Which... I do want to point something out here.
Okay.
It's purple now.
It is purple now.
It wasn't. It was a white bit of fabric. And it's purple now.
It's not even like a lilac or a periwinkle.
No.
It's just dark purple.
It's not dark, but it is.
It's not the type of purple that you could mistake for white.
Yeah, no. It's not a purplish white. It is purple. And then she just fucking collapses. because of energy drain. Which is weird because her energy isn't technically being drained yet. So
I guess maybe it's always being drained.
I don't know. How does this fucking work?
Who knows?
It works however they want to.
It works however they want it to work.
Like, just to frame a scene they think is cool.
Yeah.
And then we cut to, I guess, a nebulous amount of time later. I guess a few days later, actually.
Probably.
Because Usagi's mom earlier says that she only has a few days to get into the contest.
Right.
And
she hasn't.
She hasn't. We see the contest. People are lining up and going inside. The dude, the fucking, the contestman. The contest guy with his little mustache.
Yeah.
Says, laughs to himself and says, "This is a great success." And I thought that meant he was, very suspicious. This is all part of...
Yeah, I get... No. He's just, you know...
He's just a guy.
He's just a guy. He was nervous.
I guess, that's fair. We see Usagi, Rei, Ami, and Luna. Mm-hmm. The sailor, who I'm going to just call the sailor crew, probably. Crew!
Crew?
That's a pun. I didn't realize it as I was saying it.
Oh, yeah.
They're a crew of sailors.
Yeah.
And a cat.
Yes.
Usagi is sad
that she didn't get into the contest.
Yeah. Rei makes fun of her. Saying that at least she knows she's good at sticking herself with pin needles. And which makes Usagi get knives in her.
Mm-hmm.
There's a I don't know what this visual metaphor is, but Usagi knives just manifest.
She
sticking out of Usagi.
I don't know. She stabs herself a lot when she sews.
And there's a shuriken in her hair.
Is there?
Yeah,
I didn't notice that.
This is a weird sort of thing. It's a weird scene. I don't know how to describe. Can we make Usagi just with knives? Just the image for this podcast episode? Because it's very strange.
But then Luna, or Ami tries to break them up.
Yes.
And Luna is like, okay, Usagi, you're gonna have to sneak in there.
I do want to point out here, actually, Ami berates Rei for making fun of Usagi.
Yes.
And then Luna's like, y'all, quick, monsters, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Death, destruction, Dark Kingdom?
And Usagi is confused about how she's supposed to sneak into the contest.
Yes, because she doesn't have a dress.
And then Rei is just like, use your transformation pen, you idiot.
Yeah. And then she does do the moon power, transform me into a super beautiful bride. She has short hair again.
Yeah.
In this form. Mm-hmm. And a dress that looks a lot like the one she was fantasizing about earlier. I don't think it's identical.
I don't think so, but it is similar.
Yeah. And then we cut to on stage.
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of wedding dress ladies in the contest, all wearing their wedding dresses. Usagi is clearly very nervous about being on stage.
Mm-hmm.
There's a banner here that says it's a 92 annual dress competition.
Yeah, 1992.
Thing. Yeah. So we have a canonical.
Yeah. I believe at the poster for the contest that we saw earlier in the episode, I believe says that it is happening June 27th. When this episode came out.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. There was another thing like that in an earlier episode too, right?
The park or something.
Right, yeah. Those are cute little details, because those would take some planning to do, right?
Yeah.
You have to make the episode, and then you'd have to know exactly when it's coming out.
Yes.
We see Rei and Ami are sort of running around and Luna are running around the crowd, looking for Miss Akiyama, but haven't found her. And then we see Miss Akiyama.
The announcer is in the middle of, talking through the contest and the scoring system or something. And the lights all go out. And Miss Akiyama appears.
Yes. There's some stairs behind the stage.
I think
behind another set of curtains.
I think they're to the left of the stage, to stage left or something.
Yeah, something. Yeah, I think so.
And Miss Akiyama is on them.
And she's wearing her purple wedding dress that is very definitely purple.
She's dressed like an evil queen.
Yes.
She's not dressed like a bride.
She's got some weird, like, face makeup.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't think it's makeup because of a thing that happens.
Yeah, yes. It looks like makeup, but it's like on her. It looks like she has sunken cheeks, basically.
I guess
a little bit. What?
I don't know. I just thought of it as Princess Mononoke.
Oh yeah, that's comparable. And the guy, Contestment, yells at her for interrupting the show.
Yeah.
And she yells at him, and that makes him fall in love with her. I guess. Which is not a power we see her use at any other point.
I guess. She makes him fall in love with her and tells him to kneel.
Yes.
And then says that she will make all the men of the world kneel. And not just the men, the women too will kneel.
Yes. So this is a fetish episode.
This is pretty much a fetish episode.
At least this scene.
This scene is a fetish episode.
There's some... Maybe it's not just this scene now that I think about it, but we'll get to that, I guess.
Okay.
So she has glowing red eyes.
Yeah.
Misakiyama does, and just stares down everyone.
And they all just start sort of collapsing.
Yes, she is knocking them out with a weird gaze attack.
Usagi almost collapses, but Luna tells her to get it together.
Yes, Luna is under Usagi's dress and sneaks, pops out and is like, "Hey, no, don't look in her eyes." And Usagi sees her and yells, "Hey, what are you doing under my dress, you pervert?"
Yeah, which Luna doesn't have any time for.
No, but this is Misakiyama's energy has peaked. I guess. Because. Yeah, that's how it do. And then Nephrite summons his monster, Widow.
Yeah.
The monster's called Widow. I just want to say, this episode and the next episode mark a downturn in the quality of the monster names.
Here's the thing. I agree with you about the next episode. I think Widow is kind of clever. Because, Widow has a connection to brides.
Yes, you're right.
And also the monster is a spider.
Yes. Which is also relevant for other reasons we'll get to. But it's just a word.
I guess.
Fucking the last one was Pegasus.
Yeah, she was a flower monster.
Yes.
And her name was Pegasus.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, because I get it sounds like pedal.
Okay.
But that's not a word.
I guess.
As far as I know, anyway. I'm probably going to be corrected on that by somebody listening to this, but just her name, it's just Widow. You know? Anyway. It's a spider lady.
It's a spider lady.
She's hot. I was debating whether to fucking...
Oh, I have to leave that pause in now.
I was debating whether or not to just be the most me that I am.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't agree, but...
Yeah, you hate spiders.
Yes. I hate spiders.
So now, Usagi is sort of solo facing off Widow, who is a big spider lady.
Yes.
But... from the heavens. A Deus Ex Machina, if you will.
Pretty much the closest you could get to a literal Deus Ex Machina.
Yes, a fucking sailors from the machine. Ami and Rei descend from the heavens in a...
gondola.
A gondola that says happy couple on it.
Yep.
So... Just gonna leave that.
Just gonna let that stand.
And then they speech.
Uh-huh.
Ami says, "A wedding dress is a symbol of every girl's dream." Which is a weird thing for Ami to say, given her opinions earlier.
She's speaking for other girls.
I guess that's fair. This is Arrow Ulu solidarity.
Yeah.
And then Rei says, "And we'll never forgive anyone who defiles that white wedding dress." Again, purple.
Yes.
And then Usagi says, "Hey, no fair showing off without me." and then turns to Widow and is like, you're gonna pay for ruining my chance to win that lavish, all-expense-paid reception. You're gonna feel a girl's wrath.
Uh-huh.
And then they have a combined, like, overlapping transformation sequence.
Yes.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this is the first time we see one of those.
Uh-huh. And then they collectively say, all three of them together, in the name of the moon, we'll punish you.
Yes, which is very cool.
Yes. That marked, like, a cool...
Mm-hmm.
This episode and the next episode have some cool scenes.
Yeah. But Widow immediately just spits web at Usagi and wraps her up.
So, two things here I wanted to
Okay.
say. What's up?
No, just go.
Okay. She's a spider. She weaves.
She weaves.
She's a weaver.
Yes.
So, like, the sewing.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And also she says, tells Usagi, I'm going to weave a burial dress out of your dead body.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which is not how that would work.
No.
But also, you remember the thing about kneeling and everything and yelling and saying the guy was lowly and he's falling in love with her as she's saying that?
Yeah.
This is a bondage monster.
Yep, you said it.
I did say it.
We're just gonna move on, though.
Or is that what you expected me to say?
That's what I expected you to say.
Okay.
But I don't want to think about it too much.
Okay. That's fair. Ami bubble sprays.
Mm-hmm.
And then they do the combined sort of bubble spray fire soul attack. Ray fire souls the webbing to free Usagi, who is very creeped out by this because she hates spiders.
Yep, same.
Because again, you are Usagi.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just fucking Moon Tiara action Widow.
Yeah.
And she dissolves in webbing.
This episode spends a lot of time on the comedy. So this action sequence is kind of short.
Yes, it's sort of the inverse of the next episode.
Yeah. Which is fair. I like the comedy in this episode. This is a funny episode.
I am the pretty cat burglar, Usagi the kid. Her fucking sneaky feet.
Mm-hmm.
I love her sneaky feet. And then we see Miss Akiyama's wedding. We cut forward. The monster is dead and everyone's woken up, so we cut forward to Miss Akiyama's wedding.
Yeah.
And the wedding's still going. The Usagi and Rei and Ami are talking about how, like, even though she was a real dick to her fiancé under the influence of the monster, he still loves her.
Yeah.
And it's cute.
It is cute.
And then Ami explains the tradition of whoever catches the bouquet is the next one to be married. And Miss Haruna hears that and is like, wait, what, really? And Rei and Usagi are also excited about that. And then Miss Akiyama throws the bouquet.
Which they all fight over.
Yes, Miss Haruna, this adult woman,
fights over the bouquet with
Usagi and Rei, who are middle schoolers.
Yes.
And then their fighting drives it into the hands of Ami.
Mm-hmm. And that's where the episode ends.
Yeah.
So next is episode 17, Usagi's a Model. Shit.
That's a weird title. Usagi's a Model, shit.
Usagi's a Model, the flash of the monster camera. This episode was directed by Yuichi Endo and written by Tsukihiro Tomita.
Okay, those are both familiar names.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It aired July 4th, 1992 in Japan. Mm-hmm. And September...
July 4th?
Yeah, I guess. You fucking American.
Well...
and September 28th, 1995 in English. So, this episode opens with...
First of all... Oh, no, you know what? I'm gonna save this opening speech here, because this is an episode where it is identical to the speech in the actual episode.
Yes.
So I'm gonna save it, and we'll just get right to the actual opening.
The fun thing about this episode is the speech happens 3 times.
Yeah, that's true. This is a weird fucking episode.
Yeah,
also.
Do you want to say how it starts?
Sure. It starts at lunchtime at the school.
Yeah.
We never see any part of this school that isn't this one classroom and, like, the outside of it.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that's just how Japanese schools do, because, like, they're just Usagi's just eating lunch in the classroom.
I think that's common in Japan. Yeah, I think generally kids will just eat wherever.
Okay. Usagi's about to dig in. when we hear the familiar voice of the short, chubby girl who still does not have a name. I checked the subtitles to see if they gave her a name, and they don't. I have looked into if I could find out who her voice actor is.
I can't. The only voice actor listed for her is the one from the Deke dub and the one from the Japanese.
Really?
Dub. Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Because I love her voice acting.
Her voice is fun.
She's very, like, sing-songy.
Yeah.
Like, she's got a very sweet voice.
Yeah.
She's a good character that doesn't have a name.
No.
Unfortunately.
I believe her name is Lorraine in English.
Okay. It's a name.
Yeah.
We see Lorraine. And talking to Naru and the other girl, the tall black-haired one.
Yeah.
They're talking about they're looking at a magazine.
Right.
That is like a photography magazine, I guess, with a bunch of photos of landscapes in it. And it's about the winner of this photography contest, who is Kijin Shinakawa.
Yeah.
Who Naru points out is a middle schooler like that.
Yeah.
He's like a young photography prodigy.
Yeah, he goes to an all-boys school.
Or photrogedy.
Nope. You're still going, huh?
Photogragy.
No.
Photogragy.
Sure, let's go with that one.
Usagi, yes. Usagi finds out that he goes to a school that is right near Rei's school.
Yeah. And they do mention that his school is an all-boys school and Rei's school is an all-girls school, which is interesting.
Yeah, and Usagi is excited about this because she's in close proximity to someone famous.
Yes.
And tells Ami as much, and says, like, we could go get his autograph. And Ami's like, I have cram school. I'm beginning to think, what if she doesn't have cram school? What if this is just her excuse for getting out of everything?
I mean, Usagi does say that, yeah, you always say that. To which Ami replies, I just really love studying.
Yes. Usagi says she should have more fun. And Ami says, I am having fun, and then points to her fucking algebra that she's working on.
Yeah.
And Usagi says she's hopeless. And then we cut to the school, the all-boys school mentioned. We're outside, and there's some more paparazzi interviewers.
Yeah,
trying to interview Kijin.
Can we talk about his hair?
Let's talk about Kijin's hair.
It's bad.
It's not great. He's got a weird... I don't know how to describe it. How about you describe it?
Shaped like a trapezoid.
Yes.
It's shaped like if a trapezoid was hair.
If a trapezoid could be hair, yes.
It's like orange.
It's orange?
Well, it's black with orange highlights, I think.
Yes, it's like orange and black striped.
It's bad.
It's not
It also
great.
seems to defy perspective, from what I remember.
I think that's accurate, yes. But he's quite dejected.
Yeah.
And is just sort of going along with the interview. He seems to be uninterested in the subject.
Yeah.
They're talking about his winning the contest.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, it's cool, I guess. And they ask if he's going to continue photographing landscapes. And he's like, I guess.
Yeah.
He's clearly uncertain about what he wants to do.
This is a very depressed boy with bad hair.
Yes. Which,
maybe
mood.
the hair's part of it.
Yeah. I mean, mood.
You a depressed boy with bad hair?
No. I'm a depressed boy with good hair.
Okay.
And then we see Usagi and Naru, running up to meet the boy, to meet Kijin. But they are stopped by Rei.
Yes.
Who is here for some reason.
Well, they say that her school is right next to Kijin's school.
That's true. And it is also implied that she's a fan of his work.
Yeah.
Because the reason she's stopping Usagi and Naru from getting his autograph is because she's fucking gatekeeping their fandom. And, is like, you don't understand photography. You're just trying to get his autograph because he's famous. You don't understand his artwork. And Usagi and Rei argue. And this scene is very strange. The end of this scene especially. And how it transitions into the next scene, because they're arguing, and Kijin walks up and says, "Please stop fighting, you two," and bows to them in greeting, and they're both surprised at this. And then that scene ends.
Yes.
And we don't really get a follow-up on them meeting him.
Yeah, not really.
Or anything.
But we like, immediately cut to him on a cliffside, right?
Yes. It's like... I at first was a little confused, like, is this a flashback? Like, what is this?
Yeah.
But this is clearly, like, in the context of the narrative of the episode, this is definitely later than that first
scene. It's like sunset.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing. Let's describe what's happening in this scene.
Let's describe...
Because he's just sitting on a cliff.
He is sitting on a cliff like a dumb idiot.
Not even on, like, the top of the cliff.
Mm-mm.
He has climbed down the cliff onto, like, an outcropping.
Yes. And is taking a photo of the sunset with the biggest fucking camera lens I have ever seen.
It's gigantic.
It's bigger than his head.
It really is.
And because he's holding a fucking industrial strength telescope in his hands and sitting on the tiniest fucking edge of a cliff, he fucking falls.
He falls. But he is grabbed.
Yes.
He is saved by a man with the ashiest skin I've ever seen. I guess we've never seen Nephrite's skin directly next to someone with normal human skin.
Maybe it's just the lighting, too?
It could just be the lighting. It could also just be...
It is dusk.
It could also be the, like, animation for this episode was a little off-model,
maybe.
But he grabs Kijin and saves him.
Nephrite, and he grabs him and saves him. And then grabs the camera.
Right.
And curses it.
Yes.
And hands him back the camera and says, "I'm a fan of your work. You should keep taking those great photos." And then just fucks off.
Does he tell him to take photos of girls at this point?
No.
Okay.
Which is an interesting point for you to make, I feel.
Okay.
Because he does later decide to do that.
Yeah.
For no apparent reason.
Yeah. We cut from that scene to the Haunted Mansion. It's weird that this happens after Nephrite curses the camera.
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, the whole pacing of the first half of this episode is so strange.
But Nephrite is the Star See All, the Stars Know All. He finds...
I did actually write this one down.
You did?
I lied to you. I'm sorry.
He finds... Now, this is weird to me. I've never heard... He finds Sirius. The Demon Star.
Yeah.
Which I've never heard Sirius called that.
No, it's the Dog Star.
Yeah.
It's the Dog Star. Sirius, the Demon Star, shining bright in the dark night. Personally, I'm not one of Christopher Nolan's best, I think.
No,
but,
not really.
I
prefer Vega.
Yeah. I prefer Inception. It points to Kijin Shinikawa, whose energy will soon rise to its peak. With each girl he photographs...
Yes.
I want to point out he says that there.
He does now. Okay.
With each girl he photographs, his energy will build and be all mine. Which, bad phrasing.
Bad, yeah.
Second of all, girls? How do you know that?
How does... Okay, like... Because Kijin is a landscape photographer.
Yeah. Why can't he drain energy from landscape photography?
I don't know.
And then we cut to Kijin being weird in his room. We see the Shinikawa household. Again, the pacing of this episode is wild. Because again, we're bouncing back and forth between just Kijin-related scenes with no resolution to that last scene with Usagi and Rei.
No. He's in his room, the lights are off.
Yes.
He's like...
I did quote some of this.
Okay.
My creative juices are really flowing. I need to take pictures of girls, any girls, lots of them. He's got his camera in his hands.
Yeah.
And is just going mad with power immediately after, at least from our perspective, immediately after being possessed by the monster.
Yeah.
So, again, this is just wild.
Yeah.
This is new territory. He has shifted so much.
Yeah.
And then we cut to Usagi reading a magazine.
Yes.
Where she is...
little Easter egg we see the front of the magazine, and one of the, panels, I guess.
Yes.
Is
I saw
Sailor
this.
V.
Yes, I saw this too. This is the moment I wanted to talk about, actually.
Oh, really? Okay.
There's a moment here, because I wanted it to be at least tangentially relevant to the episode, and Sailor V is technically in this scene.
Okay.
So, because I had a thought about Sailor V.
Yeah?
I have a theory.
Uh-huh.
I have a theory about Sailor V now.
Okay.
Having seen images of Sailor Venus, I think Sailor V might be Sailor Venus. Because they have similar hair. And also they're both sailors.
Yeah.
They have the same, like, long blonde hair. Damn it, fucking Lorena is fucking dead-facing me.
Who knows?
Just
Who can say?
no tells whatsoever, so I have no idea.
We'll find out eventually.
We will find out.
I promise you we will find out eventually whether your theory is true.
I hate you. Yeah. Sailor V's on the magazine. I also thought that was just a cute Easter egg.
It's a cute Easter egg, yeah.
I still want the fucking show to talk about her. Although there is another thing that happens in this episode that is relevant to Sailor V, I feel. But we'll see that later.
Okay, yeah.
I'll point that out when we come across it again.
Alright.
Usagi is reading a magazine.
Yes.
And there is an advertisement for Kijin's fucking modeling photography.
Yeah.
He's now taking photographs of girls as models, and you can sign up.
Mm-hmm.
And Usagi is excited about this. I want to point out, it must be like at least a week or so since this episode started.
Yeah.
So, again...
Because this is a magazine she's reading.
Yes.
So they must have had time to publish a new issue.
Yes. Kijin had to have time to establish that is a thing he wants to do, set that up, have advertisements made, publish them in a magazine.
Yeah.
So, like, at least a week.
At least a week.
I don't know how long marketing takes, so...
possibly longer, yeah.
Yeah. Again... First half of this episode is really weird.
It's strange.
Usagi is excited about this. She thinks this might be an opportunity for her to become a model. Meanwhile, Luna is trying to get her attention about the new communicators that the crew has now.
Yes.
That I don't know where she got them, but maybe...
She made them.
How?
We've established that Luna can just fucking materialize shit.
Well, yeah, but okay, if she could have just done that the whole time, why didn't she?
Maybe she needs time to build them.
Well, how?
Magic. Moon magic.
She doesn't have thumbs. She does not have thumbs.
She can draw, though.
Yeah, but fucking...
So clearly she has more articulation than a normal cat.
I feel like a cat could draw if it really put its mind to it.
Okay.
Just stick a pencil between the toe beans and just draw fat Usagi.
Yeah.
To be rude.
But yeah, she's made.
We're never gonna stop talking about that bad episode.
No. She's made these communicators that are these like square pink. They got like a keyboard on them.
Yeah.
And
there's a video screen.
There's a tiny video screen.
Which probably seemed very impressive in 1992.
Yes. And Usagi immediately takes it and calls up Ami to tell her about how excited she is to be a model.
Yes. And Ami responds, "Hey, we're only supposed to use these for, like, sailor stuff. Can you not? I need to go back to doing algebra now."
Yeah.
And then hangs up on her.
Yep.
And then Usagi considers calling Rei, and then flashes back to Rei making fun of her for trying to get Kijin's autograph.
Yeah.
And is like, no, I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah,
I don't need that kind of toxicity in my life right now. I wish she said that, but that is not a thing she said. And then we just cut to the dining room.
Yeah.
Where we see their mom, Usagi's mom, making food in the kitchen. And then in the dining room, Shingo is laughing at Usagi.
Yes. Really weirdly strong performance here from Shingo.
Yeah.
Like, really good voice acting from him.
Yeah. It's pretty good. The laughter, especially, is, like, very, very realistic.
Yeah.
It reminded me a lot of that fucking Vine about the girl who, like, says, "I get lots of compliments," and then her, like, much younger, like, sibling, I think, is just laughing extremely hard.
Yeah, But Shingo is being a dick to Usagi about how she shouldn't she can't be a model because here's the thing, he says something very weird.
Yes.
Which is that he says, like, a model needs
more than a pretty face and a good body.
Yeah.
She needs to be smart, too.
Which is a weird thing to say about your sister, my dude.
Yes. Also, feels out of character for Shingo to be that sort of forward-thinking about it, I guess. Like, I mean, I would think he would just go for the obvious sibling gripe and say that she's not pretty.
Right, yes.
But he doesn't.
He doesn't, no.
And then Usagi is mad at him being so rude.
Yeah, and tells on him to her mom.
To her mom.
To which her mom responds that he's just trying to give her realistic standards.
Yeah, to just set you up so you won't be disappointed.
Her mom's bad.
Yeah. Her family are very rude in this episode.
Yeah.
There are other scenes with her family as well in which they are very rude. Usagi's just trying her best.
She's trying her best.
She fucks up a lot, but
she's trying her best.
Also, I will point out, this is something I want to talk about in general. Every time Usagi fucks up, it usually helps in some way.
Yeah.
Like, fucking... There's monster shit going on here with the modeling thing. So if she hadn't gotten involved with the modeling thing, they never would have found out about the monster.
Yeah,
The fucking wedding thing. If they hadn't been interested in the wedding dress,
they wouldn't have found out about the monster.
Yeah. So...
I mean, maybe they would have investigated why their teacher had stopped coming to school at some point. But...
Maybe, but Luna would have never been tipped off from Usagi going to visit her and seeing her acting out against her fiancé.
Yes.
Anyway... Usagi looks for some fucking validation in her fucking group of friends. Because she's not getting it from anybody at home.
No.
Or on the communicators.
Mood.
Yeah. And goes to... Hey, we live in the same house.
No, sorry. I was thinking about when I was 14.
Oh, okay. That's fair. Yeah. And goes to Motoki, who has at least consistently been the only person who has anything close to a supportive tone with Usagi.
Yeah,
I guess him in Tuxedo Mask.
Yeah.
I didn't write down what Motoki said.
Oh.
Motoki says that she should follow her stupid fucking dreams, basically.
Yeah,
but Mamoru is there. Alas. Purple pants.
She's just sitting at an arcade cabinet wearing sunglasses.
Sunglasses inside, sitting at an arcade cabinet.
In an arcade. Arcades aren't well lit.
Yeah. Here's the thing. What maybe those are his gamer glasses.
Oh, he got a pair of gunners.
Yeah. He needs them to protect him from eye strain.
Sure.
Mamoru does esports. I don't know if you know about that.
What does he play?
I mean League.
Okay, good.
Mostly League, some Smash.
He really hates Fortnite.
He's Fortnite.
Just like he thinks Fortnite is ruining the scene.
Yes, he's mad at he hates all these cringy kids and their Fortnite dances.
Oh god.
Mamoru as modern day internet fuckboy is the true headcanon.
Yeah. But he berates Usagi for wanting to be a model.
Yes.
And essentially says some fucking real sapiosexual shit here.
Yeah. He says that a girl's true beauty isn't only in her looks. It's in her kind heart and in her guts to do what's right and just.
Yeah, which on the face of it it seems fine.
Yes.
But the fact that it's Mamoru saying it and his tone.
Yes, and his tone and who he's talking to and why he's saying it to her.
Just makes it the shittiest thing.
Yeah, he's still an asshole. It is, again, like, we're at least kind of 2 for 2 so far on well, not really 2 for 2, 2 for a lot. On episodes of Mamoru saying shit that isn't totally awful.
Yeah,
like he has that thing about nature. He's way into nature.
Yeah. They're clearly trying to make him seem decent.
Yeah. He's just still a dick.
Usagi gets mad at him.
Yes.
And leaves. And we get a weird scene as she leaves.
Yeah, of Motoki sort of gently berating Mamoru
he says
for being so mean to her.
Yeah, he says that Usagi isn't as bad as he thinks.
Yeah. I will say, Matoki, I don't like Matoki still. Because he is kind of calling Mamoru on his shit, but like, with a fucking smile on his face, and like, he's still a fucking enabler.
Matoki believes in the bro code.
Yeah,
He believes in the bro code, including the bit that's don't be a dick, but it's still the bro code.
It's still the bro code.
And Mamoru responds to Matoki's beration. Beration?
Beration. It is now.
And is basically just like, yeah, maybe, but every time we talk, it just turns into a fight. Mm-hmm. And it, like, zooms in on his face.
Yes, his stupid fucking mug.
He says, I guess we just weren't meant for each other. And we cut to a different scene.
Yeah. Real quick, this doesn't have to be in the podcast.
Okay.
Did we talk about what Mamoru's English name is?
No.
I'm curious.
It's Darian Shields.
Well, now it has to be in the podcast.
Yeah,
Fuck. It's Darian Shields.
Darian Shields.
Oh my god.
I could be entirely wrong about this. I do think Chiba means shield.
Okay.
Can you look that up for me?
Sure. Just look up whether Chiba means shield or not. How do you spell Chiba?
Chiba.
Okay. Chiba. The first result was Chiba Mamoru. No, I don't believe it's the Spanish for a female goat.
Nope.
On the East Coast, Chiba means marijuana.
Ah, boy, just add Japanese to your Google search.
It means 1,000 leaves.
Okay, well, I'm completely wrong then.
Okay.
Darian Shields, though.
Darian Shields.
What a name.
What a name. It is I feel like they Melvined it there.
They did kind of Melvin.
They did that, they nailed it.
Yeah.
Like, the Deke Dub clearly has some misses. Like Serena. But Darian Shields.
Yeah,
What a fuckhole.
But anyway, what's the scene after that?
We see Usagi, waiting for the mail.
Yeah.
And Shingo approaches her.
We can, hear Usagi's heartbeat. She's so nervous.
And Shingo's like, are you waiting for the mail for the fucking model thing? Mm-hmm. And she's like, no. And she is. Mm-hmm. And she gets it. It comes. The mail comes. Mm-hmm. And Shingo's like, it's probably just junk mail. And nope. She is accepted.
She has been accepted.
To Shingo's shock.
Yeah.
And then we cut to in Usagi's room. Mm-hmm. We just see her practicing being a model. She is balancing a series of books on her head. She's
doing, vocal exercises.
Yeah, she's doing tongue twisters and things like that. Luna interrupts her and makes her books fall, and Usagi's very mad. Mm-hmm. And then she immediately starts practicing her singing, which has not improved since the last time she sung in an episode.
Nope.
Luna falls over in disgrace and disgust. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Usagi goes to try to pick out what she's going to wear to the, photo shoot. Mm-hmm. And she's like, they said you need a swimsuit.
Yes.
So I need to... Where's my swimsuit? I'm going to look for my swimsuit. And her swimsuit has been eaten by moths.
Yeah.
Now... Is that a thing that swimsuits can be? Can moths eat swimsuits?
I guess it would depend on what the swimsuit is made of.
I feel like most swimsuit material is not moth-friendly.
Well, I don't know about, bikinis and one-piece swimsuits.
Right.
I think those might not be made of the same thing you're thinking of.
It's still... Really?
I don't know. I've never worn one.
Okay.
But yeah, it's also weird, though, because it's summer.
Is it?
Everyone's dressing for summer, so I assume it's summer. They're wearing...
But they're in school, right?
Yes, but when we see them in casual wear, in the last episode, they're wearing, shorter sleeves and shorter pants than they have been.
Okay.
But yeah, her swimsuit is destroyed.
Yeah, which she's upset about. Mm-hmm. And then we get a fucking cut to Kijin. Mm-hmm. We see the competition. Mm-hmm. We get to the competition and we see Kijin, who is presenting to a crowd, yelling, "Art is an explosion!"
Yes.
Which, don't know why.
Don't know why that.
and is explaining this thing. He's just talking about the photo shoot. It's not a super important scene, but art is an explosion.
Art is an explosion.
We see Usagi there, and we see her walking through, like, a hallway in that building, and she has brought Luna with her for some reason in a basket.
Yes.
And Luna's like, hey, there's definitely something weird about Kijin. Like, he was not acting like that at all the last time you saw him.
Nope.
I don't know why Luna's here, but it's good that she's here, because she pointed it out. And Usagi says, yeah, he's just an artist. They're just eccentric. And we see Naru and Miss Haruna are there, too.
Yeah.
They're also in this photo shoot. This weird... They're going to be in the same photo shoot.
Yeah.
This weird, like, adult woman with middle schoolers photo shoot.
I mean, Kijin is a middle school boy, so it's not, like, gross.
Yeah.
It is weird, though.
It is weird. We see them in the changing rooms. They go to the changing rooms, and they change into their swimsuits. Naru seems jealous of Miss Haruna.
Yeah, Miss Haruna is saying, like, oh, I must have gained weight. And Naru just is jealous.
Yes.
Because Miss Haruna has not gained weight.
No. Usagi is reluctant to change into her swimsuit.
Yeah.
And Naru eventually gets her to do that. And she's covered the moth holes with yellow ribbon bows.
Yeah.
And then we see Luna.
Honestly, it's a cute look.
Yeah, no, it is.
It works.
But Naru says it's really cute, too. We see Luna. She has snuck into the photo shoot area. She is sneaking, despite there being nothing to sneak behind. They're in, like, a pool. They're not in the pool.
They're near it.
They're near the pool. Kijin is going on about his art is an explosion shit and just taking photos of these girls. And the fucking camera lasers the girls, basically.
And they just
vanish in a very cool, well-animated sequence that is, like, very rainbow flashing colors. But they just fucking vanish.
Yeah.
And Luna's like, hey, what the shit? And then we hit commercial break.
Hey, I mean, we'll get into this later, but why?
Yeah, excellent question.
Why?
Excellent question. Because the goal is to drain Kijin's energy, right?
Right, yeah.
So, why did they disappear? Okay. Commercial break. When we come back, we're back in the changing room. Luna has snuck back in and is whispering to Usagi about what she saw. And Usagi is a dumbass and not paying attention at all and is just trying to focus on getting ready. There's another fucking bit about Miss Haruna saying she's gained weight where she snaps the, like, bottom of her swimsuit against her butt, and it is weird. It's a weird scene.
And her and Naru simultaneously at this point say that they've gained weight.
Yes. Luna is struggling to get Usagi to pay attention and threatens to tell everyone about Usagi's swimsuit, which works on Usagi to get her to pay attention.
Yes.
Which is weird, because Luna's a cat.
Yeah.
She's threatening to talk to everybody else and tell them about the swimsuit moth holes. She's a cat.
She's a cat.
Miss Haruna and Naru go to the photo shoot on their own, and Usagi is about to join them, but Luna's like, no, you fucking dumbass.
And snatches one of the bows from Usagi's back.
Yes.
Or butt, I guess.
Yes. And Usagi swears vengeance on Luna and chases after her.
And Luna leads her to the pool.
Yes. Where they see... She is late for the photo shoot.
Yeah.
But they do see... Usagi sees the photo shoot happening with Miss Haruna and Naru and two other girls.
Yeah.
And, again, to Kijin's maniacal laughter...
He's still saying art is an explosion.
Art is an explosion. And he fucking lasers them again, and they get captured. In wherever. They vanish, and Usagi's like, oh, shit. And Luna's like, yeah. So Usagi takes this opportunity to confront Kijin. Just getting mad at... Okay, we do need to go back here for a second.
Do we?
Because she does... mimic something Mamoru says earlier that we didn't talk about.
Did we not?
No. which is that Mamoru says Kijin will just take in any girl to photograph.
Right, yeah.
Which makes him, in Mamoru's opinion, just a third-rate photographer.
Or even third-rate. No, you said that part.
Yeah.
Mamoru says that he's second-rate or even third-rate.
Okay. Yeah. And Usagi at this point, when confronting Kijin, says, "You think that just any young girl will do? Taking pictures with that kind of attitude makes you no more than a third-rate photographer." And Luna says, "You're just repeating what Mamoru said." Which is funny, because Luna wasn't even in that scene.
No, but I guess she was there. Luna's just secretly in every scene.
I mean, Luna sees all, Luna knows all.
Yeah.
Luna is the stars.
Yeah.
But Usagi, this is a really interesting scene. This is a great scene. This whole sequence is good.
Yeah.
Usagi, at this point, tries to get through to Kijin.
And
says, "Deep down, you're a photographer who understands the beauty of this world. Please snap out of it." And Kijin fucking shoves her into a surfboard in the, like, beach scene they're doing.
Yeah.
And Luna's like, "Are you okay?" And Usagi just nods while crying, and it's very cute and sad. And Luna encourages her to transform, and she does. And then she gives the speech that we hear at the top of the episode, which is, "A girl's true beauty isn't found only in her looks. It's in her kind heart and in her guts to do what's right and just. How can the camera not see that?"
So it's just sort of, I mean, it's cool when Usagi says it.
Yeah, that's true. Kijin just wants to photograph her. And lasers her a bunch with the camera, but she dodges out of the way. While also continually trying to explain that he's being possessed by a monster. And that it's going to steal his energy. Which displays, like, a level of understanding and, like, competence at this point that is kind of new for Usagi and, like, really cool. And then she does the Sailor Moon kick.
She does a Sailor Moon kick.
Which, as you might recall, in, like, episode 2 or so, or no, I think it was episode 1.
I think it was the first episode.
She does a Sailor V kick on Shingo.
And misses. But this now one doesn't miss.
Yeah, she has found herself. And Sailor Moon kicks the camera into the pool out of Kijin's hands. And Kijin sort of collapses and tries...
The pool not filled, for the record.
No, it is.
Oh,
it's got water in it, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It, like, starts steaming when the camera gets thrown in it, actually. Because the monster has now been summoned. The monster, who we hear Nephrite name...
Cameron. The monster?
Cameron. The camera monster is named Cameron.
Yeah.
So...
Cameron looks cool.
She does have a fucking rad design.
She has, like, she has, like, a big shoulder pad.
Yes,
but it's actually her shoulder.
Yes, she has two big shoulders that are like shoulder pads, but they're just big pointy shoulders. Her hand has an eye in it. She's got a fashionable asymmetry thing going on with her, like, dress. She's got fucking... Her arm has, like, a camera flash attachment thing on it. Like, through it. It's really, like... Cameron is very cool. She's very hard to describe in an audio medium, but she is cool as hell. And in fact, this scene is cool as hell. Kijin's energy is being drained, and she shoots Kijin with her camera laser. And he vanishes. And Luna explains that... I don't know how she knows this, but Luna explains that the monster is capturing people in photographs. That's why they're disappearing. So if, like, she tells Usagi, don't get hit by the lasers because you'll be captured in a photograph forever. So Usagi tries to avoid the lasers and is about to get hit, but Luna jumps in front of the laser and saves her. But gets caught in a photograph. And she's like, where did Luna go? And Cameron shows her the photographs with Kijin and Luna in them.
And just tosses them at her.
And it's a scary scene.
It's pretty scary,
and it gets less scary for a moment, because Rei and Ami show up at this point. Earlier, we didn't mention this, but earlier, as Usagi and Luna were going to deal with Kijin,
Mm-hmm.
they called them on the new communicators.
Right, yes.
And so now they show up.
Mm-hmm.
They burst in through the door. Ami bubble sprays. Rei doesn't fire Soul here. Rei does her exorcism attack.
Yeah, uh-huh.
And tries to exorcise Cameron.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, her name is Cameron.
Her name is Cameron. Yeah.
The last 3 monsters have been named Pegasus, Widow, and Cameron.
Cameron. Yeah. What's wrong with that?
She tries to exorcise
English
Cameron.
English puns are very popular in Japan.
Okay. Rei tries to exorcise her with a lot of spirit paper.
Uh-huh.
Like, there's a lot.
Which all misses.
Yes. Well, it doesn't miss, but, like...
Cameron, parries them.
Yes. She, shoots the fucking swarm of, spirit paper out of the air with her camera lasers. Her name is Cameron.
Just keep we got 45 minutes, dude. Come on.
Yeah. Rei and Ami get fucking Cameron.
Mm-hmm.
The bubble spray wears off and she sees them and she
shoots them with the lasers and catches them in photos.
So, Usagi is completely alone at this point.
Yeah.
And is, backing up, against the wall,
mm-hmm.
As Cameron is approaching her and saying that she's going to be captured in a photo forever. And it's even more scary now.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
This scene is quite scary. But, again, Usagi has a moment of smartness and
mm-hmm.
competence and she realizes that the wall she's backing up into is a mirror,
mm-hmm.
and remembers Luna saying that she'll get captured in a photograph forever if she gets a picture taken of her.
Right.
And she thinks, what if Cameron takes a picture of herself?
Mm-hmm.
So Cameron says, "Get ready for your close-up," and shoots at Usagi, who does a flip. And the laser reflects back at Cameron, and she starts melting for some reason.
She does start melting.
Which is also very scary.
It's really creepy.
It's really creepy. And then she gets Moon Tiara action on top of that.
Yep.
And she melts fully.
Mm-hmm.
And we cut to the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
Where we see Nephrite's star dome just kind of break and disappear. And Nephrite realizes that Cameron has died.
Yeah.
Her name is Cameron, y'all. Nephrite realizes that Cameron has died. Like I said. And we hear a voice taunting him.
Yes.
Which we see is Zoisite.
Who just appears as a big head.
He's a big holographic head in Nephrite's mansion now. And makes fun of Nephrite for all his failures, all his monsters who are getting killed by a 14-year-old, as they are wont to be.
Yeah.
But Nephrite chides him right back.
And is like, hey, have you found the silver crystal?
Yeah.
Have you found it?
So this is the point where we kind of learn that's apparently Zoisite's job.
Yeah.
Which I don't think we knew at this point. Up to now, anyway.
Yeah.
And Nephrite's Nephrite's still confident.
Yeah.
He's saying he's still confident because there's countless people he can still steal energy from.
Yes.
And then we get the denouement. We cut to Usagi's family watching TV.
Yes.
Where Kijin Shinakawa is talking to interviewers again. He's a lot happier now, seems like. He's no longer manic.
He's not saying art is an explosion.
No. He's saying that he's taking a break from photography because a girl taught him that a girl's true beauty isn't found only in her looks, it's in her kind heart and in her guts to do what's right and just.
Yep. And Usagi's family are like, wow, that's so cool.
Yeah. He's basically for the record, he's taking a break on photography until he can fully internalize that and learn to respect women more.
Yes.
Which, you know what? Kijin seems alright.
He seems alright. Before he got possessed, he seemed alright.
Yeah. Art is an explosion, though.
Art is an explosion, though. Usagi's family are basically like, wow, I wish Usagi could be like the girl who told him that.
And Usagi's dad is like, that'll never happen.
No.
And they're just dicks. And then we just
really mean.
We see Usagi sleeping peacefully.
Yes.
And that's the end of the episode.
Yeah.
And then next time on, we get a sort of recap about Mika.
Yeah, remember Mika?
Yeah, Shingo's friend, Mika from the Shanella episode.
Yeah.
Who apparently likes making dolls, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
And the next episode looks extremely fucking scary.
It does.
And I'm excited.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I love a creepy doll.
Yeah, I hate them.
And that's these 2 episodes.
Yeah. So I think we are midway through this arc.
Okay, cool. This felt like a turning point in a way. Like, just this scene was unusual. Like, this fight scene was unusual for a Sailor Moon fight scene, it felt like.
Yeah, that's fair.
It was unique and very interesting and cool, and I liked seeing Usagi be so, like, confident and stuff. Mm-hmm. Overall, there's a lot of, like, in both of these episodes, I think there's a lot of fun stuff. I think I like these more than the last 2.
That's fair.
I think these are also kind of a return to, like, the themes of, like, teenage girl stuff. Yeah. Right down to, like, it doesn't matter whether you get married, it's just about wearing a pretty dress. Yeah. And they were good. Yeah, I agree. The first half of this episode is weird.
It's weird.
And I don't know how much I like it, but I like the second half a lot.
Yeah. And like you said, it is kind of an opposite. Like, we spend most of this episode on the fight scene. Yes. Whereas the last episode, we spent, like, maybe 5 minutes on it.
I do also like Cameron as a monster design. She is cool as hell.
Even though you hate her name.
I do hate that she is called Cameron, guys.
They're not going to get better, I promise.
Oh, good. Great. It's just a downhill slope from here, huh? But yeah, those are good episodes. I don't know how much more I have to say about them.
That's fair.
I'm glad to have voiced my Sailor V theory. Yeah. But yeah, I think I largely enjoyed those episodes. Okay. Melvin was only there briefly.
Yeah, that's maybe the sign of the best Sailor Moon episodes is just when Melvin isn't there. Yeah. If we can get an episode that has neither Melvin nor Mamoru,
that'd be like the peak.
No. Was he in the Kajin episode? Well, Mamoru was.
Yeah, Mamoru was. Melvin wasn't.
He was in the wedding episode. Okay, never mind.
I don't think Mamoru was in the wedding episode, though.
Tuxedo Mask was in neither of these episodes. Yeah. Which is interesting. But yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited for Creepy Dolls.
Yes. I guess we can end it there.
Yeah. Sometimes we just don't have much to say because the episodes are too good. Mm-hmm. You know? As always, you can find me at Frylord Zarek.
And you can find me at Lorena27.
And you can find us both at late_school.
And as always, thank you to Kevin MacLeod for use of his song Semi-Funk.
Art is an explosion!
So loud.
Yeah.
Why?
Tunes. Oh my god. It's so much bass.
It's so much bass.
I feel it. In my bones. Call out post for our neighbors.
Yeah, really.
Blasting music as we're trying to record a Sailor Moon podcast.
Why do you need that much bass?
All about it.
No trouble.
I think that might be like her second worst song.
I like it.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
But I
don't know.
I like other songs much more. Dear Future Husband is bad.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. The lyrical content is bad. They're still good.
Of Dear Future Husband?
Yes.
Or all of them? Or
all of them, I guess. They're still good, though.
I
still like to listen to them.
Yeah. Welcome to Late to School, our Megan Trainor watchcast.